Hi, I'm Mandy Keene here, the coach's coach.
And Mike Ryan, the coach's marketer.
If you are a coach, there's some really important news about our industry you need to know.
And if you don't know this, guys, this is really serious. It could seriously impact the state of your coaching business. And Mandy and I are so surprised we meet so many coaches from all over, and we're just so surprised how many do not know this yet. And so we're going to share this news with you on the short video because you need to know it.
The first half of this video is about why you must become a BCC coach. That's board certified coach. If you're not familiar yet with what that is, we're about to explain it. This will be the future standard for our coaching industry.
Now, the second half of this video, we're going to share with you our vision for this industry, and we're transforming it. We're on fire about this, and this is really where our heart lies. Now, you're here because you're either recommended by BCC to go to us for your board certified training, or you've been scouted by someone on our team because we've recognized a need in your area for a board certified coach. We get asked all the time, who in the area is board certified? What's the best coaches to go to? And so we do that recommendation through leadership and speaking and serving and community and edifying from the stage. We'll get into that more. But first off, one of the main reasons that people come to us is because they want the certification that's really going to matter when states start regulating coaching. And it's coming, you guys.
It is. The train has left the station, guys. The reason why BCC is the future of the coaching industry is because it will be the legal standard for practicing coaching in your state.
Now, I just want to put this in layman's terms because no one's really doing this. You have to do a bunch of research and go look at different sites and figure this all out. So we want to break it down for you just very, very simply. You've got the Center for Credentialing and Education up here as the umbrella organization. This has been around for a long time. This is the organization that runs a lot of these certification organizations, and states use them, governments use them. And they have two organizations called the National Board for Certified Counselors, NBCC, and BCC, which is for coaches. Counseling, they consider similar to coaching, although it's different, but it has some similarities. So right now, the reason I show this to you is because if you want to be a counselor in almost 90% of the states in the US, you need the NBCC certification, which is governed by the CCE. So when states start regulating coaching, coaches, you're gonna need BCC, which is governed by, again, the CCE.
And we get asked all the time, what's the difference between ICF, which you're probably familiar with, and BCC? ICF is great, and we have tremendous respect for ICF. We love ICF. If you are an ICF coach, congratulations. It's that much easier for you to become a BCC coach. The bottom line difference between ICF and BCC is ICF is a private organization. It's for profit. BCC will be the certification your state will require because it's already under the same umbrella of what the states require if you're going to be a counselor, which is NBCC. So doesn't it make sense that it's going to be under the same organization that creates it for counselors, not a for-profit private organization?
And I think that's the biggest thing to consider is all these other certifications are private for-profit companies, and BCC is under the umbrella of CCE, which is the one that works with governments, that works with states, that already provides professional credentialing for many different service professions. This is the go-to organization, guys. You know, I like to use the analogy of the massage industry because 20, 30 years ago, the massage industry looked very similar to the coaching industry. You didn't have to have a certification. You just had to hang a shingle on your door. You were a massage therapist. Well, the same is true with coaching now. However, if you look at what happened to the coaching industry, it started getting regulated state by state, and you needed this national certification. And they used the organizations that the government is used to working with. Quick story, I had a friend in Mississippi. It was the beginning of the 2000s. I think it was 2001 or something, where he had a massage practice. He went to a school, he got a certification, he thought that's what he needed. He started marketing and building his practice, and he had a huge practice. And then before he knew it, laws were passed, they got debated, and then they were passed, and all of a sudden he needed a national certification from an organization that he hadn't really heard about. And why do you not hear about these organizations? Why did he not hear about this one? Why do not a lot of coaches know about BCC yet? Why did a lot of counselors not know about NBCC until it was required? It's simple. The government organizations quite simply suck at marketing, right? ICF's great at marketing because they're a private for-profit corporation. BCC is under the umbrella of CCE. These are government organizations. They're not great at marketing. You know what they do for marketing? They just put lobbyists in Washington to work with politicians. They throw a bunch of money at it, and now it becomes law before you know it. Right? That's how it works. So this is the certification you're going to need moving forward. And the last thing we want to happen is what happened to my friend in Mississippi who had to stop doing his practice because he didn't have the right certification. That is a reality that will happen to a lot of coaches.
You know, and he was just confused because he thought he was okay because he did have a certification. And that's why Mike and I are so passionate about educating all of you coaches that BCC is going to be the right certification you're going to need, again, to legally practice coaching in your state.
And like Mandy said, the train's already left the station. This is being debated in multiple states currently, and these laws will be passed. This is something that will be regulated in the future, just like the massage industry.
Now, for those of you who we haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet, you'll have an opportunity to get to know more about us and our background later, and we look forward to meeting you and learning more about you. For now, you need to know that Mike has definitely earned the title of the coach's marketer because he's literally sold millions of dollars worth of coaching since 1999.
And Mandy's known as the coach's coach because she has over 15,000 hours of one-on-one coaching under her belt. So now she mentors and she trains other coaches. And like Mandy said, you can learn more about us later. Here's what's important. You know, people want to know about credibility. Here's ours. Here's a screenshot directly from the Center for Credentialing and Education. And this shows us listed as an approved coach training provider. And what this means is the Center for Credentialing and Education has gone through our program with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that what we teach is what they need to have coaches know in order to become nationally certified or board certified coach, which is again that certification that you're legally going to need when your state starts regulating coaching.
And coaches, if you are finding out about this for the first time right now, we invite you to get excited, and we're proud to be on the forefront of it. When you start regulating and certifying in an industry, what happens? You increase the quality of that industry. What does that mean for us as coaches? That means we're going to be increasing the respect and credibility for us as professional coaches. This is great news. So how do you become a BCC coach? How do you become a board certified coach? The path is different for everyone as far as how many coaching hours and training hours you need, but what is the same for everyone is completing our 40-hour foundational course. That's what our certification is from CCE that we just showed you. That's what certifies us to train you to become a BCC coach. And it doesn't matter, coaches, the other trainings and certifications you've already done. Yes, that includes ICF, that includes other schools. No matter what, this is your first step. And coaches, this is a great course. Even if you've done other courses, if you're a coach, you love growing, right? You love learning. We do that. We love to grow. We love to learn. What you can expect to receive from our 40-hour course is a high quality training that, again, CCE went through with a fine-tooth comb. So the tuition of our course is $14.97, and the feedback that we get from our students, even some that are the most seasoned coaches, after they complete their course, they're on fire. And the feedback that we hear all the time is, I feel like I have even more tools to add value as a coach now.
And so if that's what you're looking for, a lot of people seek us out just to get the 40-hour foundational course so that they can get their BCC certification. And so if you're not looking for other things like leadership and speaking and community and serving, which is really what our vision is about, and being a part of leading this industry and a part of making the decisions about where we go as an industry, then all you want is a BCC certification course, then you need to apply. There's an application that will come up below this video in a couple of minutes when the video is over. Make sure to apply and click on BCC certification only. But for those of you that, you want more, you want to be a part of a vision, right? You want to be a part of really what that next level is for coaches, which is edifying them from stage, which is leadership, which is serving a community, being part of a community and forming that community together. That's what we do, and that's why we're so passionate to share our vision with you. Our vision is to transform and expand the perception of the coaching industry to the masses, to one of respect and prestige and really success. Because let's be honest, our coaching industry doesn't have the greatest perception or reputation. I mean, it does when you talk about people in self-growth and personal development, but what about to the masses? We all have those friends or family that don't get it, right? They don't get us. And that's because there's a lot of coaches out there, probably 90%, that aren't successful. So it doesn't have that reputation and success that we really need it to be yet. Now, if you've been scouted by one of us, or you're watching this and you're already a successful seasoned coach, you're part of that top 5 or 10% of this industry. And so congratulations for being there. And the good news is you, together with what we're doing, can really change and elevate the industry as a whole. We're already doing that by offering our BCC certification. What happens when you certify an industry? You increase the reputation, right? And we also are offering those speaking and leadership roles, an ability for you to serve and give back to your community to elevate it as a whole. And we really believe that when you do that, it comes back to you, right?
Right, it really does, because imagine being the top 5% of an industry that has respect, prestige, and even more success to everyone. What would that do for your business? What would that do for your income and your fulfillment as a coach? Really take a moment right now and imagine when someone hears the word coach, they immediately think success. What would that do for your ability to get clients? How much easier would that be when the entire population gets coaching and they get the value of it? What would that do with your reputation, with your friends and family, when again, the world gets it? That's what we're on a mission to do. Because of our vision and the fact that we've been actively involved in the coaching industry since 1999, we're magnets to leaders who want to participate. We get requests every day from coaches who want to be a part of it. Even though we get requests every day, we only scout the best. And we don't scout very many because we have extremely high standards. So if you've been contacted by us, that's what we think of you. Who we attract are coaches who have a vision and they have a desire to become speakers, trainers, and leaders in our industry.
It's really about the next level. It's about, exposure in this industry. It's about recognition and really being a part of this transformation and this ultimate expansion of our industry. And to be able to look back and say that, I was a part of that. And that's part of your legacy as a human being on this planet, to give back to the coaching industry and elevate it. And how many more lives does that change? And what's the positive effect that leaves on this planet? I mean, you guys know the power of coaching.
And here are some of our top coach leaders who also get the power of that. They wanted to serve and be a part of our vision. They wanted to speak and train and really wanted to go to that next level. In fact, these are people who even took it further and they're now instructors at our school. They teach classes and they constantly get recommended by us for their coaching. And it all starts with our leadership track.
All right, remember our vision? Here's how we do it. We do it at an incredible, life-changing event called Local Coaching Summit. This event is dynamic, it's engaging, it's like no event that you've ever seen before. So what's really the problem in the industry that 90% of coaches struggle with? There's two things. They struggle with being able to decide and own their niche and asking for and being okay with receiving money. So we change that at this event. We bring the community together. See, we believe that we are more powerful together than we are alone. And we bring everyone together and we train each other on how to sell. In fact, we do this really cool thing called the coaching exchange, where we get everyone to sell their coaching to each other. We teach them how to do it, and then they do it so people get more clients. You can actually come to this event and walk out with new clients in your pocket. So we elevate the quality of coaching in the city, which means there's more clients available. And after these events, we have more people in the city buying coaching than ever before, because we have almost a trained army out there of people that are showing people the value of coaching and selling coaching and getting new clients. So imagine being the top 5% of that room and having the prestige and respect that comes along with it, but also being a part of that transformation of the coaching industry in your city. Being a leader and being in demand in that room as a coach. In fact, if you look on the screen here, these are pictures of people that are doing the coaching exchange, that are selling their services to one another. They're selling their coaching. They're getting new clients, even people that hadn't gotten new clients before. Imagine what, a seasoned coach can do. They pick out tons of clients during this exchange. We love it. It just increases the energy and increases the flow of money in this coaching industry.
So where are we coming with our amazing local coaching summit next? We're excited to announce our next city is Los Angeles. This is happening in LA. We're transforming the coaching industry in LA, which means more clients, more respect, more prestige, and more opportunity. You're either going to be there or you're not. And the truth is you need to be there as a leader. And if you've been scouted by us, there's only been a couple of people that we call. We don't call every coach in LA because we realize, quite honestly, over 95% of them aren't ready for that. 95% are going to be coming as attendees. They're going to be participating because they need it. We are truly only looking for a couple of leaders.
So what does it look like when a coach comes to Local Coaching Summit on the leadership track? These are the things that we do with you. We edify you and recognize you from the stage as a top coach so that everyone knows in your area that you're a top coach. We endorse you in our global community, and we actually personally interview you. We put you on stage, we interview you, and we give you that video to use in your social media. And we give you a leadership role with increased exposure so that everybody knows who you are. We allow you to market your private coaching to our community, which is huge. Most of our leadership track coaches pick up a handful of clients just coming to the event because people look up to you. And the next two bullets there, I want to talk about this kind of funny picture we have here of the paparazzi. And the reason we wanted to put that there is because we want to talk to you about exposure and being in demand as a top coach. So what happens when you have this type of exposure, when you're edified from stage, when you're a leader? Well, what happens is you get a full practice. You get a waiting list like Mandy and I have now for our coaching. How do you get a waiting list? It's about the right exposure, right? Being exposed to more people who want your services. There's a reason why when Oprah puts your book on her list, you sell out, right? So this is about acceptance and prestige and serving the community and also being a part of elevating the community and bonding with the community along with it, and also getting new clients and becoming more in demand. And really it's about being a part of the direction of coaching in your city or not, frankly. And we want you to be a part of that. And what this leads to eventually is people speaking at our events, training. You saw our instructors. For those of you who love training, people that have gone on to do instructing in our community. And this strategy of the right exposure, being in demand as a top coach, it's the marketing strategy of what we call one-to-many. So if you're not marketing in that way, like you've done really, really well one-on-one marketing, and you're really ready to step it up to marketing one-to-many, meaning speaking, meaning training, meaning getting exposure, that's what this is about. And we're very unique in this. We don't know of any other BCC approved school or any other coaching school for that matter in general who actively markets their top coaches to their community, to their students. And that's what we do. And it's because we believe in not only arming you with the best education, we believe in providing opportunities for coaches to get clients. Again, this is how we're going to transform the perception of the industry on a massive scale. Top coaches really deserve and need to be making the income that they want so that they can inspire more coaches to be successful and elevate the industry as a whole. Now, how do you get on our leadership track? Well, first of all, like we said at the beginning of the video, if you're here, you're one of two people. Number one, BCC recommended that you take our certification course, or you found us on their website. Or number two, you've been scouted by us as a leader in your area. So I'll talk about leadership track in a moment, but if you just want what we call the BCC track right here, the BCC track only, which gives you the 40-hour BCC course. That course is priced at $14.97. We also don't allow just everyone to take this course. We'll need you to submit an application, and we'll do an interview to make sure that we align and that what you're going to learn is what you need for your coaching business. So again, $14.97 for the 40-hour BCC course, and submit an application for that. If that's all you want, what I encourage you to think about is when you're looking at where to get BCC trained, why not go with a school that has the opportunities of leadership down the road, that is part of a vision of changing the perception and the reputation of this industry. And so down the road, you can experience those events and those leadership opportunities. Now, if you're part of that second group of people, which is people that are really interested in the BCC and the leadership track, meaning that we've scouted you, someone on our team has reached out to you because we researched you. We found that you're one of the top coaches in the area and you really deserve to be a leader in this industry. If you're one of those people, then this is your first step. In order for us to recommend you, that's really the goal here, for us to edify and recommend you as a coach. We need you to take this 40-hour BCC course. You're gonna need to get BCC certified anyway. And so we need you to start there. In order for the leadership track, though, we have some other qualifications. We're very, very picky about who does the leadership track. And I want Mandy to talk about those qualifications.
Perfect. Now, I just want to say that our 40-hour course, this is not just for BCC coaches. This is mandatory on our leadership track because we also want you to be familiar with the tools we train our coaches on. And so you speak our language when it comes to helping coaching clients get results. We know you bring a lot to the table as a leader. We also want you to be familiar with what we bring to the table. So like Mike mentioned earlier, we have other qualifications. Not everyone's ready to be a leader in our community. And so the first step is to submit the application. And the purpose of this is for us to get to know you and to discover if we have a match. Then you're going to complete a one-on-one interview. And this is where we have the opportunity to get to know you better and to find out your strengths and your talents, what type of coach and leader you are, and what you have to bring to the table. After you complete the interview, then you're going to submit 3 coaching testimonials. More is better. The reason for this is we want to verify not only your coaching experience, but also the value you've already brought to your previous clients' lives. Also, after the interview, you're going to submit a leadership endorsement letter. We want to know someone in your life who values you as a leader. This proves to us that you have those leadership abilities. Then we will submit for you to our board of directors, and ultimately the final decision will be made by them. So to recap, our BCC 40-hour foundational course, the tuition is $14.97. And if that's all you're interested in, simply state that on the application. And then we've got our BCC plus leadership track, and that's upon approval only based on the qualifications we just went over.
And by the way, what do we charge for that leadership track? Listen, this is our vision. This is our passion. So what's the price? Well, you do need the BCC 40-hour foundational course. You're going to need that anyway for your BCC certification. So that's $14.97. But beyond that, all we are looking for is that you have the qualifications, that you have the desire, that you want to be a part of this community as a whole, that you want to be a part of leadership, that you want to serve and give back and have that come back to you, that you want to be edified from the stage, you eventually want to speak and train, you want to do those things. So that's what we're looking for in the qualification, that you want to be a part of this industry as a whole.
And so what are your next steps? Your next step is to submit the application. Let us know if you want the BCC track only or if you also want BCC plus the leadership track. Then you're going to complete your interview, which means expect a phone call from us. And if we leave a message, call us back promptly so that leads to a great and successful interview. If we have to chase you down, that's not a good sign. So we look forward to completing that interview, getting to know you better. We thank you for your time today and your interest and helping us change the world one coaching client at a time.
Thanks, coaches.